Folks, this is the type of thing that is going to absolutely destroy board and trains for professional dog trainers if you're not careful. Stick around to the end of this video. I'm going to show you some tactics that you can use to counterbalance the flack the industry is going to start facing because of this type of thing.
These two monsters should never walk the streets again, ever again.
Devastated and grieving dog owners came to Orange County Superior Court Monday to fight to keep an Irvine animal trainer behind bars. Kwong Sit, better known as Tony of Happy Canine, has been charged with multiple felony counts of animal cruelty and animal abuse after the death of 11 pets. Ting Feng Lu is facing charges as an accomplice. Ziggy, a shepherd mix, lived with his family in Long Beach.
He was perfectly healthy. He was a healthy young pup. What happened? And he said, I don't know. I'm so sorry. He kept acting like he was crying.
He's been with us since he was 6 weeks old, and I treat him like my son, like more than my son. He's my first child, and it's hard for me to accept all this, but I just want justice for him.
Like the others, Steve Kothlau says he was shocked to get this text message last week from Tony Sit, who was caring for his dog. I'm so sorry to let you know that Luna passed away peacefully during the night while resting, the text said. There were no signs of pain or struggle, and it was truly unexpected. I'm deeply saddened by this loss. Out of respect, I will offer compensation. Luna has been lovingly cremated. Irvine police say they believe 12 canine deaths can now be linked to Tony Sit.
We have recovered one. We have the ashes of that dog. We have the bodies of 9 others that we're going to be able to do necropsies on to determine how they died. And there are 2 bodies outstanding that we are currently looking for.
Tony Sit and Ting Feng Lu pleaded not guilty. In court, the prosecutor argued for $1 million bail for each.
The 3 necropsies indicate that 2 of the dogs died from heat stroke and 1 of the dogs died from blunt force trauma.
Officials are waiting for more results. Victims told the judge they're scared.
It just hurts me so much that my dog / my brother just passed away. I fear that if Tony is released on bail, I would be terrified, can't sleep. My whole family can't sleep because of this man.
Bail was set at $550,000. The judge ordered that Sit and Lu have no contact with any animal. In Santa Ana, Michelle Geely, KCAL News.
So we're seeing more and more of these types of things. Now, this one obviously was completely psychopathic behavior. Now, I'm obviously no psychologist. I'm not even a dog psychologist. I'm a retired professional dog training business owner. I've owned 3 dog training businesses throughout the past 30 years or so. And what I'm seeing is more and more stories like this coming out, either somebody completely stupid or psychopath or just no conscience about the humane and ethical treatment of animals. And so what I see happening is that as more and more of these stories get covered, there's going to be more and more reticence on the part of the dog owner public to leave their dogs with professional dog trainers because they're worried about this type of thing happening. Hell, I would be. I mean, I would be completely hesitant about leaving my dog with a professional dog training company for 2 to 3 weeks without really thoroughly vetting and investigating the operation that's going to be taking my dog, because this type of thing is happening so frequently. So if you are a professional dog trainer and you have the best interest of dogs at heart, you're going to be coming up against this kind of skepticism. So here are a couple of tactics that you might be able to use to help alleviate the fears of your prospective clients if you are offering board and trains. So number 1, I would invest in a professional kennel setup on your facility. Ostensibly you already have one if you have a actual facility, but if you're doing board and trains from home, I would get a professional kennel setup that's climate controlled, perhaps in a garage or a shelter structure in the backyard, where the dogs can be kept comfortably and safely. and maybe you're already doing that, but here's the addendum, and hook up a online 24-hour video surveillance camera so that owners can check in and see that their dogs are being taken care of, see that their dogs are being fed, and then keep a very strict feeding schedule, which, by the way, is probably going to interfere with some of you doing existential feeding, which I do not typically agree with. Some caveats. I'll do a separate video on that. But you need to be able to document and actually show prospective dog owners that they can check in and see how their dog is being taken care of, and document what you're doing and upload those documents to a folder on a Google Drive, for example, so that dog owners can check in. So that number one alleviates some of my fear. All right. So if you have things set up, that's going to go a long way. The second thing you can do is make friends with other local dog trainers or other local pet professionals, where you drop in on their operation to check out what they're doing with their dog and kennel setup, and they drop in on yours, and then boast about that, advertise about that on your website, that we have random drop-ins 2-3 times a month maybe from other professionals in the area, just as like a counterbalance and check to alleviate your fears and concerns. Because if I'm leaving my dog with you and I know that, hey, there's 2 or 3 other, people checking in on your operation, because that puts their credibility on the line as well. Now, there comes a point where has to be a little bit of trust between other people. But, if for most of you, you've got enough competition that you can befriend other people to help each other out in terms of credibility with the general public. And also it allows you to kind of keep an eye on each other, keep an eye on the industry. Now, is it fail-safe? Is it 100%? No, it's not. I mean, there was a case about a year ago that there was a guy that was very well known within the industry, and people would see him at sport dog club meetings all the time. Actually, this happened quite a bit, but not necessarily on their facility. The other thing is video record as much as you can working with the dog, and use a system that uploads everything to a server so that you have evidence that you're doing everything that you can. I mean, this is just responsible animal husbandry is really what it comes down to. But the more that the legitimate people in the industry can do that, the less these weirdos and psychos and dumbasses are going to be able to thrive if they're not showing their work and if they're not showing how the animals are kept. Just some thoughts. Curious about your thoughts. Comment below if you're reading this in the Dog Trainer Marketing Group on Facebook, or if you're watching on YouTube, comment below because I'm curious as to your thoughts as to how we can self-police the industry. Getting government involved is not the answer. If you look at how much malpractice there is in the medical community, you'll see that it's not the answer. I believe more people die from medical malpractice than from actual diseases or injuries. So I don't see that being a solution. I think that the solution is when the industry itself self-polices each other. And that doesn't mean necessarily calling people out on your YouTube channel, but it does mean having, local supervision where responsible dog training business owners rely on other responsible dog training business owners to check in on each other and make sure that things are being done the way that they should be done. And that people who are doing that are going to attract more business than the people who aren't. Hey, I'm Adam Katz for DogTrainerToolbox.com. If you need to grow your dog training business, I run Facebook ads for dog training business owners just like you. It's typically about 50 to 70% more economical than running Google ads. It's a done-for-you service. I take care of everything. Check us out at DogTrainerToolbox.com. Take care, guys.